Ferguson Police Chief Thomas Jackson resigned from his position on March 11, 2015. The resignation was a week after a critical report on the Ferguson Police Department was released. Jackson became the police chief of Ferguson in 2010, and Ferguson officials announced that Jackson and the city have agreed to a mutual separation. The shooting and killing of Michael Brown, a young African-American man, by a white police officer provoked an investigation. Officer Darren Wilson was not convicted by a St. Louis County grand jury, but the Justice Department conducted an investigation into the practices of the Ferguson Police Department. The report found evidence of racist jokes in emails by Ferguson police and court officials. The report also says that less than 8% of police officers are African Americans, and that African Americans accounted for 90% of officers' use of force. The mayor is hopeful that Ferguson can move forward in the face of adversity. Derek Scalia, director of Alana at Franklin Pierce University, said, "Michael Brown's death has exposed systematic racism, and I would venture that Ferguson is not an isolated incident."
Hello and welcome to TV News Presents, your source for on-campus, community, and world news. I'm Crystal Colon.
And I'm Alec Klipp. Good afternoon.
As spring approaches, road crews throughout the New England area are beginning to prepare themselves for the potential street flooding that could take place. With snow totals hitting record numbers this year, there is some fear that the snow and ice melting could be more than usual. The flooding won't just be a driving problem. House flooding is also raising eyebrows. Over the next 10 days, temperatures will average out in the low 40s, with even a few days potentially eclipsing the 50-degree mark, something we have yet to experience this year. This could cause major flooding in areas that have mountain-high snow accumulations. City workers have encouraged homeowners to take extreme caution. In an article in the Keene Sentinel, Keene Public Works Director Kurt Bloomquist reminded the population to be well aware of your surroundings. As temperatures warm up and all that melting snow needs to go somewhere, flooding is also a concern, Bloomquist stated. For more instant updates on the weather, check online at WMUR.com or tune in to your local news station.
Aaron Hernandez, the former New England Patriots star tight end, was convicted of murder in the first degree in front of a Bristol Superior Court jury. Hernandez, just 25 years old, will spend the rest of his life behind bars without the possibility of parole. Hernandez was found guilty for the killing of semi-professional football player Odin Lloyd, who was dating the sister of Hernandez's fiancée. Hernandez has long been known for his erratic behavior, which caused him to slide in the 2010 NFL Draft. He quickly rose to stardom with one of the elite franchises, the New England Patriots, who are known for their no tolerance of bad behavior. But after 3 years, the Pro Bowl tight end was back in trouble and released by the team. Shortly after he was taken into custody by authorities in 2013, more stories about Hernandez started to surface. Stories of drug use, gang affiliation, and other shootings and murders quickly spread through the media. Hernandez still has to face the 2012 double homicide accusation, as well as a civil lawsuit from a friend who says Hernandez shot him in the face and left him for dead in a Florida industrial park back in 2013.
It hasn't gone unnoticed that this winter has hit the Northeast. College campuses have faced the challenge of navigating around campus with a significant amount of snowfall over the month of February. The problem is not how much snow the area has received, but how fast it has accumulated. Let's take a look at Franklin Pierce University, located in Rindge, New Hampshire, to see how the facilities and students have handled the snow there.
Yeah, the snowfall we've had this winter in the last 6 weeks has probably been over 80 inches. This year's been worse only because of the 6 weeks period that we've had all the snow. You know, up until the middle of January and all of December, it was relatively warm. December was kind of wet and rainy. This year, we've had a lot of snow in a 6-week period, and that has presented the challenge. Usually, again, it's over a longer duration.
When classes aren't being canceled, students have to find a way to tread around the snow.
When I was a kid, I used to love the snow, but I mean, now it just seems to be a real inconvenience. I mean, it's nice getting these snow days off from school and these delays, but then I guess it's also bad because you can never really get in a rhythm with your class schedule and your homework and all your other assignments that follow with that. It's been hard to get to class because of the pathways and everything. Maintenance is doing a great job, but it's still pretty slick getting up these paths.
It's a lot of overtime and a lot of labor that's involved for both my full-time staff. We have a lot of student shovelers that have helped out this year, which has made it a little bit easier. But you know, we have enough equipment and we have enough labor, both full-time and student labor. But it's just it's very stressful. And just during the winter in general, we're trying to keep the campus as safe as possible for everyone to walk and to drive around campus. And there's a lot of sidewalks and stairs and roads and parking lots that all need to be shoveled and de-iced, and it's a pretty big effort.
As the winter hits its final handful of weeks, the campus community becomes more and more optimistic and excited about the spring season.
The Franklin Pierce University baseball team has had the best regular season in school history and are ranked #1 in the country. The team has had great leadership, but an injury takes one of the captains off the field.
I went to 2 doctors. I went to one in Keene, and I got the whole MRI stuff done, and basically just told me I had a partial tear in my lat and partial tear in my teres major, which is part of your rotator cuff. And they said I was going to be out for at least 6 to 8 weeks of complete rest, nothing at all, like no working out, no throwing, and they said I wouldn't be back to 100% for like another 3 to 4 months. So at the time it was basically looking like I wasn't going to be able to throw it all again this whole year. But I got a second opinion. I went down to Albany, New York, and I guess it's not as bad as it looked or as what it seemed. So I started a rehab throwing program for 3 weeks. I'm doing this for 3 weeks. I got my weighted ball stuff, not my weights, my TheraBand work. The doctor told me he wants me to start long tossing just to gain all my strength back, so then I can get off a mound in 3 weeks and see how it feels and hopefully come back. I wanted to get a second opinion from the start, but when I kind of heard like the whole 3 to 4 months, like you're not going to be back till like the end of summer, just even to start to throw a ball. It was heart-wrenching because, I mean, I love this team. I love all the guys, and like they're my brothers. And just to know that I'm not out there with them, like especially during the run we're having right now, and like the team we have, I know we're gonna do some special things, and we got some special guys in the team. And just knowing that I'd have to watch, it was just it's not how I work. It's just not my mentality.